You're going to have to speak louder than that.
Yeah, I know.
For once. Yeah.
Look at me having to speak up loudly. It's like, I never do that at all. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're always so quiet and shy, and I didn't at all have to tell you to stop talking 5 times during your makeup today.
True. But you've got to remember, I am you, so you're basically talking to yourself at this point.
Yeah, I would be shut the fuck up, as I usually am in this relationship. Ready?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm asking you.
Ready?
I'm in the passenger seat today.
You are. Get ready for a wild ride, motherfuckers.
Oh, God. Where's my fucking seatbelt?
Where's the eject button?
Greetings and welcome to HotHaus Drag. May we please remind you that this episode could contain strong language and adult themes. So, if that's going to be an issue for you, may we kindly suggest that you off immediately. And now, please welcome your host, the UK's nuclear bombshell of drag and HotHaus CEO, Kenzie Blackheart.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. No. Hello and welcome to the Oh my gosh. Hello and welcome to the HotCast, the official HotHaus Drag podcast. I am your host.
Do you want to try that again?
Fucking 3 seconds in.
Some people just aren't cut out for this type of life.
No, they're not. Hello and welcome to the HotCast, the official HotHaus Drag podcast. I am your host, Halsey Blackheart, and joining me on my sofa today, they are an award-winning drag artist with an award-winning drag company. No idea who you're talking about at all. And they're best to be known as my boyfriend. Please welcome to the sofa, Kenzie Blackheart.
Hello. This feels weird.
I bet it does.
This feels very weird.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. A little bit under the weather at the moment, but I'm currently drugged up, Lucas-aided up, so I'm all right.
I think we're both are at this point.
Yeah, it's the whole household, to be fair. Well, apart from Dad, but
yeah,
he's always fine.
Papa Blackheart's doing fine, aren't you?
I'm all right.
As you
He's
heard
all
it here
right.
first, they're okay.
He's all right.
So, kicking things off, let's
Yes.
go back to where it all began, because you wasn't just Kenzie Blackheart, was you? So, could you talk to me about where it all began for Kenzie?
So my sort of journey to Kenzie was I started off as a typical teenage cross-dresser through my love of Lady Gaga, shock horror. And yeah, it was literally when she came onto the scene, it was during a time when I was going through bullying at secondary school and sort of coming to terms with my own sexuality and who I am. And so there was all these sorts of voices internally and externally saying who I was wrong. But then there was this 5'2" Italian-American woman in wearing God knows what on stage who was all of a sudden saying that, no, who I was absolutely perfectly fine. And it was just sort of something about her courage and outlandish nature that I just wanted to go, I want to be you. So yeah, I kind of started off just doing it very much on the cheap, impersonating Gaga. I would try my best at the time to recreate her outfits through cut-up T-shirts from Primark and trimmings from Hobbycraft and a hot glue gun.
I'm sure you have some photos, which will probably end up being here.
Yeah. Yes, I have photos. They are cursed. I apologise to anyone on YouTube. They are cursed. Yeah, and that was kind of the first steps into it, really. And it wasn't until a few years of doing that I actually started to develop outside of Gaga and actually started developing an original persona for myself. So originally I started off life as Kitty Kensington. I haven't always been Kenzie Blackheart.
Shock.
I know, shock horror.
Well, they would have known if they would have seen your Wikipedia page.
Yes, I am on Wikipedia. Shameless self-promotion. Yeah, so I started off as Kitty Kensington. Kitty because that was my nickname from one of my best friends at the time, and Kensington because at the time that was my favourite place in London.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
I like alliteration. It was literally that simple. From there, I went on to, once I sort of started to know more who I was as a drag artist, I changed my name then to Kenzie, which was Kensi, a shortened version of Kensington. And again, a little more while after, again, to sort of developing who I was as an artist and a performer, and because no one could actually spell Kenzie the way it was, I changed it to Kenzie Blackheart.
And how do you think, because obviously you've mentioned 3 different personas per se,
Yeah.
because you changed 3 different names. How do you think that you've kind of evolved your own style? Like, how has it changed over time, do you reckon? Like, because now obviously we see the slime dress, we see the iconic green.
Yeah.
Like, how was it from the start, to now?
The start was still very much, I was still always kind of doing neon at the start, not primarily neon green, but it was still, I think back then I was more into sort of like doing like a blue hair rather than the green that we've got today. Always been black haired though. The thing about Kenzie, it doesn't actually matter what hair colour it is, unless I'm doing a character, it's always black or black rooted. Which I don't think a lot of people actually do realise, but that is one detail I'm very particular on with the image. Yeah, always been dark haired. When I started off, I would say kind of similar-ish to now. It was still a little bit glamorous, still sort of stage fashion, which I've always had an interest in. And when I sort of developed then into Kenzie, the artist singly known like Cher or Madonna, I was kind of going through like a phase of being more into like rock music and grunge and that kind of aesthetic.
Because am I right in thinking that you're very diverse in music as well?
I am very polyamorous, that I believe the kids are calling it.
Yeah, I think they do now. Where do you feel like you've got that from, potentially?
Literally, I've honestly got no idea. I've always been sort of, I suppose, raised correctly with music. Like both my parents have been, that was like one of the things that they always did instill in me sort of culture-wise. Obviously, we're very cultured as a family anyway, but music has always been very important to us as a household. So, yeah, I've always just been raised on different kinds of music, and the musics that I've kind of listened to growing up have kind of reflected where I was in my life at the time. So, you know, tumultuous times, I was maybe going through sort of more rockier stuff and more emo, you know, pop, dance, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, literally, I will pretty much listen to most things. There's pretty much, I can't actually say if there is maybe a genre that I don't like. Maybe R&B, like some R&B.
Yeah, I have I have noticed from shows you don't do a lot of R&B.
Yeah, R&B doesn't really sort of grab me as much, but yeah, just anything. And not to sound too much like my mother, but anything with a good beat, really. Or anything with a good synth as well. I love a synth. So, yeah, that's sort of where it comes from. And it's just how I've always been.
Yeah, so sticking with the music path, obviously you've spoken about Lady Gaga and her being a really big influence on you.
Yeah.
How has Lady Gaga changed your style of drag? Because obviously she's gone through many different eras with many different genres. How has she kind of influenced your various different methods of doing drag per se?
I think as far as I'm concerned, for me, it's the synergy between music and fashion. The way that she's always been perfectly able to synchronize what she's wearing and presenting alongside the music.
Yeah, and I think any LGBTQ plus fan will know that is literally her style in any way, shape or form, in any genre.
Whereas I think a lot of pop girls, especially when she first came onto the scene, it was very much, here is my pop single. I'm just going to wear this nice dress from H&M to perform it in. Whereas when she came onto the scene, it was, right, this music's quite futuristic and edgy and quite 80s. So my look is going to be very Grace Jones, David Bowie inspired. She's always been so above anyone else what they've been doing.
I don't think there's any other artist that like that, but do correct me in the comments if you feel that I'm wrong. But I do feel...
You're just going to get attacked in the comments.
Yeah, I really am.
All these different fandoms coming after you now.
Hold
what
on
about
a second.
Beyonce?
Rihanna.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously her style, I feel like has transformed the music industry and in a way transformed drag.
Yes, very much. I mean, even if you look back at the very early seasons of Drag Race, so season 1, it was kind of a bit more... there were some people that really did take it to an art form place, like Nina Flowers, some of the looks of like BB Zara Benet, Ongina. Season 2, I mean, I swear there was literally one runway where everyone was wearing the same black dress, which shows you where I think pop culture was at that time. Season 3, once Gaga actually really had hit the scene, you can tell then that it was such a shift from I'm going to wear this nice black dress to all of a sudden, right, I'm going to wear something Mugler inspired or Alexander McQueen inspired. The elevation
of it was just phenomenal. And you can definitely see the drastic difference.
Yeah.
Speaking of style and speaking of fashion, you own a particular company. You own many companies, which we'll go on to. But one of them...
Help me, I'm exhausted. Yeah.
Self-employed is not for the weak.
No.
It's not. But one of them, I believe, is Atelier Blackheart. So can you talk me through the story of it and what inspired you to do such a thing?
Well, really, the simple short answer is it was born out of necessity.
Yeah.
And it was only last year that this all happened. So last year this time last year, I was working in the fashion industry. Full-time, I was working as a 3D fashion designer. So it would be my job to sort of translate designs from 2D into 3D to help give buyers a better sense of what they would be buying rather than just looking at like basically a cartoon before they actually bought a physical sample. So that was my job, and it's given me, a whole shed load of skills which I still use for my own benefit today. But yeah, it got to a point about middle of last year where the company I was working for basically just one day, completely out of the blue, just sort of turned around, had a meeting with me and just said, we're going to be cutting the Clo 3D program. And it was a tumultuous time as it was. I mean, without getting too much into things and spilling our own...
Because we don't talk about
our own family dirt as such, but it was a tough time as it was. So then when I sort of came home early one day, and I think I just sort of came home early one day, and Mum was like, "You're right, you're home early." I was like, "Yeah, I'm being made redundant."
Yeah.
Just to add to all the other bullshit that was going on.
Yeah, literally, I don't know how you did that so calmly, because you literally just came in and was like, "Yeah, I've just been made redundant." I'm like, okay.
I think no, that's just my way of dealing with stuff. I obviously, once I'd gotten the initial calmly talking to everyone about it out of the way, I did go upstairs by myself into my room and just had a depressive episode by myself.
Yeah. As anyone would, though.
Yeah, I'm only human still. But once I'd gotten over that, it was then a case of, what am I doing now? And for me, it was also more so a case of, I know I am my own person, but it was kind of getting a green light from Mum and Dad as well. Yeah. And it was when I put the idea out of, I'm going to go self-employed and do, costume design full time. They gave their blessing for it. And that was kind of, for me, the green light in my head that, right, I can do it now. Not that I suppose I don't need permission from anyone, but as an autistic, I have more of a certain way of going about things than others. I can't be a bit more, I hate to get in trouble. I'm very much a rule follower. And so, for something like that to happen and for me to go, and for me to say, right, I'm not going to follow the typical life journey of the 9-to-5 job. I'm going to do my own thing. And to get everyone's blessing, that was the moment when everything changed, really.
Yeah.
And it's been going strong now for just coming up to about a year now, I think.
Yeah, like 7-8 months. I think it's been
about 7 or 8 months. But even so, it's been. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. My finances are completely down the drain, as I suspected they would be. But that's the same for anyone who's most likely starting out in business, unless you're from a particularly wealthy background.
I mean, you've always said, and I've always believed that obviously money can't buy happiness. So I'd rather be happy.
Which was also the sort of reasoning and the decision at the time, because like I said, we were going through shit at the time, and we all kind of very much had the opinion of life is too short.
Absolutely.
So when that came around, it was very much life is too short for me to be sat in an office 9 to 5, bored out of my fucking head.
Yeah.
Under basically a dictatorship it was turning into, and for a creative company, it was starting to become AI driven.
Yeah.
Which I know is a very touchy subject. Yes, AI does have its benefits, but for a creative
AI
company, for everything to almost start to become AI, yeah, it was just losing all of its soul, that place.
Yeah.
And so I was, in a way, when I got the news of the redundancy, it was part upset and anger, part relief.
Yeah,
and part happiness.
I think you can tell now. Like, I think your drag has elevated so much, and obviously it's very driven by your flourishment of creativeness.
Yeah.
How do you feel that that's kind of supported your customers in terms of what they've got? Because if you haven't already got an outfit from Atelier Blackheart, inquire today. But how do you feel that that's supported your customers and your clientele?
It's just the unapologetic nature, I think. Like I said, once I got the blessing to go ahead with it, it was an unapologetic moment, really. And I suppose really the thing that has driven stuff with my customers and clientele is from my old job. You know, no one has really the skills that I have, which is I can give people a full 3D size accurate version of themselves in the outfit before I make it. No one can do that.
And I've seen it for myself as well. And even I was like, wow, okay, that's quite freaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it really works in their favour. Speaking of blessings and everything, you've got the most wonderful parents, and I'm not blowing smoke up their ass because they're right here.
No, amen. And I will say it every day of the week.
And you always say, and I think you've said it pretty much every near Christmas show, they're the best parents that a queer kid could ask for.
Yeah.
Could you potentially expand on that from like in childhood to now, and how that's evolved for you potentially?
I suppose obviously I wouldn't have really realised it as a child, because what I did as a child, etc., existed within my own world. I wasn't. Yeah. As a child, you're not really worried about societal norms.
No.
Not to get too heavy and, too philosophical on this podcast. But yeah, as a child, you're not as sort of weighed down by those sorts of things.
Yeah, children are free-spirited, aren't they?
Yeah.
They don't have that thing in the world.
Yeah, and as a child, I was still, that child that for like birthdays or Christmas or that, I wanted like doll's house stuff. I loved like having a doll's house, and my parents were so accommodating of that. Like they built me my own doll's house, and any kind of doll that I wanted, they got it for me. I really was privileged in that way. And it's obviously not until now that I can sort of look back and go, no, they did actually encourage me. Whereas I think a lot of parents, if they heard that their child wanted to sort of play with dolls and that, as their son wanted to play with dolls and that, they would be very much very against it and and almost sort of bashing it out of them. But my parents were not like that at all.
And I feel like that's what we need nowadays, because obviously we have a lot of stereotypes that have been brought into the world, and it's quite heavy at the moment as well.
Yeah.
So fuck stereotypes, because we don't need them.
Amen.
So talk to me about how they supported your drag journey.
They've always been supportive. From the sort of first moments I really started doing it. I would say it was maybe easier, obviously, for mum than it was for dad. I can remember sort of like the first time I went out in drag was to a Lady Gaga concert, Shock Horror.
Shock.
It was the Born This Way ball, which was at Twickenham Stadium. And I was going with like a couple of friends of mine from school, and I came downstairs in full Monster Ball drag. Mum was like, wow, you look incredible. And then dad came in and she was like, look at your son. And he's just sort of like, oh God. But beyond that, it's both of them have been absolutely my biggest supporters. Like even my dad has done drag. At my 18th birthday, he went as schoolgirl Britney. Only gave me 5 minutes to do his makeup, so he looked dog rough. But regardless of that, no, they've both been just truly incredible in supporting me.
And that's what every person needs in this world as well. So coming away from that, obviously we've got this massive sign behind us. I don't know what it is at all. So talk to me about your journey with HotHaus Drag and where it started and how it's kind of elevated itself.
So HotHaus started at the arse end of lockdown. I'd not long gone back to the office, my old job, and a friend of mine who was working there at the time also called Matt, so that got confusing in the office. He sort of said to me one day, some friends of mine own a venue in Chelmsford and they're interested in hosting like a drag night. He knew I did drag, and it wasn't, they're not a drag venue, they're just a music venue, a grassroots music venue, but they were interested in hosting drag. So I was like, okay, I'll get in contact with them. I'll see, what's what. Just sort of started talking to this venue. We ended up with getting a date down. And normally I would never have done anything like that. Through sort of anxiety or fear or whatever. And the only thing I think that gave me the audacity to even do the first HotHaus show was because the only thing I'd organised up until that point was my final runway collection at university. So I had a little bit of experience of maybe what to do. But yeah, it was just a case of, like I have always said, just saying fuck it. Came home that day and sort of said to mum and dad, date for your diaries, June 15th or 16th, I can't remember which. And I was like, oh, okay, what's that? I was like, it's the first ever show of HotHaus Drag. And they were like, what's that? I was like, it's mine, my show. So yeah, we did the first show. At the time, I'd gotten in contact with a lot of other local drag performers through interviews on BBC Radio Essex. Again, being locked down, that's all that any of us could do.
Yeah.
And obviously, being the arse end of lockdown, everyone was so ready to go out that I just asked these people, would you mind performing at this first night of mine? And they were all so up for it.
At that point, there wasn't a lot of venues that were open or shows that were produced at that time.
So. No, literally, we were still in that part of lockdown, just coming out of it, but venues were limited. We were limited to 30 people in the audience. Everyone had to be sat down, no dancing. Still had to have face masks on, except for those that were on stage, but then anyone that was using the microphone, it had to be anti-backed after each use. It was still that kind of weird time, but yeah, we stuck through it. It's not been all easy. There have been definitely some times when I've been this close to just throwing it all in. But that it's a journey.
Yeah. With any company, it's a journey, and throughout life, really.
No, exactly. But I've obviously stuck with it, and here we are.
Nearly 5 years in now.
Yeah, nearly 5. What
would you say your best moments are?
Oh wow. there's so many that do stick out to me. Like obviously the first show was very special. And even Mum throws back to that moment where she just sort of looked around in the audience and having a good time, and she was just like, our son did all of this, which I think was very special for you, maybe Dad. I don't know what his thoughts and feelings are. Yeah, I got a thumbs up. Got a thumbs up.
That's a huge compliment in our household.
The Eurovision show we did, again, another one which sticks out in my mind only because of how much fun I had on stage with Tracy Paper. We did like a couple of numbers together, and the audience just absolutely went wild for them. Despite the bullshit after it, Poptasia was insane. Doing a festival tent is huge. Yeah. Like, having that stage in front of so many people. I mean, how was that for you? Well, to be fair, it wasn't even just that, but it was like my first time working with Rue Girls as well. Yeah. Not just one, two.
Yeah.
So, it was... Obviously, I was stressed out my fucking head in the lead up to it, but...
Because I remember you messaging me. It's like, oh yeah, I've just got this show planned. It's a tent, and I was like, what?
This is we'd not long started talking as well.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is huge.
Yeah, it was literally the way that you. At that time, my life was Twister, and I was the cow being flung around. I was Helen Hunt in the eye of the storm, like clinging onto a drain pipe. But the way that you also you was Bill Paxton. You came into the storm with me and just weathered it with me. That was the moment for me that I knew.
Yeah.
Not to get too soppy. But yeah, that was just a crazy experience, regardless of anything else that happened after. It was just insane. Oh wow, other stuff with HotHaus. Any time when the audience give back to you what you're giving them is always a special moment. That's what we feed off as performers.
From the audience, like, we have to say, like, Kenzie, for example, doing like little like crochet moments, and I know there's a couple of other people who have like bought like little gifts or cards, whatever. How does that kind of make you feel in terms of, you've got super fans of HotHaus Drag?
To be honest, it's not even as lovely as like the gifts are. They're not, I would say, like my priority. The one that does stick out for me is, and it was Amber that told me this. She was the one that had the conversation, but there was a lesbian couple at the bar that she was talking to, and they just said to her, this is the only place where we feel like we can come out, have a date night and be ourselves. This is in the whole of Chelmsford and surrounding areas, that was the only place they could go to do so. That for me was the standout moment.
That's huge.
Yeah, so to give people
in a venue that's not potentially a LGBTQ plus venue, it's like a bar, and just a venue that just supports local artists.
Yeah,
like that's huge.
Yeah, it was to say that we give people a safe space for those that need it is. I suppose that's one of the things that you don't actually necessarily realise could happen when you get into this. But when it does, it is honestly the most special thing that can happen. So yeah, for anyone who comes out to our shows and just feels supported and feels safe, that really is what keeps me going with HotHaus.
Yeah, exactly.
Knowing that people need it.
Absolutely. And you always say that, it's a safe space for everyone to just have a good time the HotHaus way. And I think that, that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to step away from the drag and HotHaus Drag and all of that at the moment and really focus. We see elements of it in your drag. Like we've seen like outfits made like for Robot Wars, for example, and Pokémon. And so how does that how do you feel about that influence in your drag as well? Because I imagine like mixing those two worlds was like a fever dream for you almost.
Yeah, it was weird, especially the Robot Wars one, because that was my first ever interest in life. From like age 3 maybe, like very young. That was my first hyperfixation, I suppose you could call it.
Out of the many.
Yes, out of the many.
Out of the very many.
I have a lot of hyperfixations. Yeah, mixing them was weird, but also I think I kind of look at it in a way of the world of sort of Robot Wars, because I did used to compete as well with my dad. We built a robot. We sort of, competed like on the circuit.
Oh, wow.
When I was a teenager. I feel like that has kind of given me a certain outlook on drag today.
Okay.
In that, so with obviously the Robot Wars thing, you need to go at it tactically. You need to know, right, I've got this weapon, that's my opponent, this is what I need to do. I kind of approach drag the same way. Okay. Right, this is my venue and my audience. This is the song I'm doing. Right, my armor is my costume. This is what's going to help me succeed. So yeah, it kind of gives me like a bit of a tactical outlook on stuff.
Okay.
And just sort of, I can't think of the word, but it's, yeah, it just gives you sort of like a foresight.
Yeah. Okay.
As to what could happen, so that you're in a way kind of always ready.
What is your favourite robot in Robot Wars?
Not that
I'm going to go on a tangent right now.
Yeah, not that I think anyone would actually know the words that are about to exit my mouth.
Imagine if we had like fans of Robot Wars and HotHaus.
Yeah, if we have both. If we do have fans of both, let me know in the comments below. We can geek out together. So this is where my nerdness now is going to come out.
Uh-oh.
So in terms of the house robots from Robot Wars, my favourite is Matilda. She is the queen. She is
and I loved that look so much.
Yeah, my Robot Wars look was inspired by Matilda.
It was just stunning. The way that you executed it was just flawless. Yeah. I know I say that about every outfit that you own, but that was just exquisite.
Thank you. So yeah, she's my favourite house robot. In terms of competitors, this is going, people are logging out now. But yeah, from the original series is, my favourite was Bigger Brother.
Okay.
I'll insert a picture if I don't know if we'll get copyrighted, but that's my problem now. From the revamped series, the one that was on last when the BBC did decide to bring it back, was Eruption.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you reckon you'll get inspired by doing those looks anytime soon?
Probably not solely one robot. I mean, there are some robots where I could look at them and go, I could turn your visual sort of silhouette, aesthetics, etc., into a fashion design. I could translate it, but I don't think I would solely. They would probably only live as like designs. I don't think I would actually realise them because a lot of designs in particular need. I feel today. I like to sort of work for multiple things or for a specific act. But the overall Robot Wars aesthetic, I do still find inspiration from, because it still kind of plays hand in hand with the whole nuclear thing. Mm-hmm. It's very industrial. It's the black and yellow hazard tape. It's, the metallic elements. So there is still parts of that whole vibe that I do still take inspiration from. Okay.
I mean, honestly, I hear about it all the time. I just love it. I just like, you just vent about it. I'm just like, I loved hearing about it.
There's not much about Robot Wars that I don't know. Even the other day, I was out for a little walk with Dad yesterday, just funny enough. And even then, I'm still spouting off like random trivia about not even Robot Wars, but it was like, I'm talking like 1996 Robot Wars, how it relates to The Sims and SimCity.
Okay, that's just completely baffled my mind, but we'll talk about that later because my brain will just be fried.
If anyone wants to know the tea on that, just hit me up. I'll gladly nerd out with you. But
I mean, that's what we do. We nerd out together. Don't we? We need to go crazy. But I just want to go circle back to HotHaus before we go for a little break. Obviously, you've got a ginormous cast now.
Yeah,
like it is spectacular. The amount of variety that we've got.
Yeah, it really has just become its own beast now.
It really has. What would you say is like your inspiration? Because obviously you've got Hot Shots as well, which is the prestigious drag competition, and obviously you have people that come in from that as well. What do you feel like is your biggest inspiration from other people, like other drag artists?
I suppose really it's just anything that I look at them and I go, oh, I could do that to elevate myself.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things that when I started HotHaus, I didn't wear pads. I wore a latex waist cincher. I didn't wear corsets. There were so many things. I really was a bit of a crossy back then compared to my image today.
Ooh, CD City.
Yeah. Whereas today it is full-fledged queen. But, it's just looking at certain people and going, I like the way they've done that, or I like what they did with that performance, or it's just surrounding myself with people who we elevate each other.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to give them a stage, and those that really do have my back, I'm always happy to give them like the big gigs, the private gigs, the pride gigs. But yeah, in return, all I get from them really is just a different outlook on drag.
Okay.
Outside of what I do, but seeing how they can do it and translating it into the world of Kenzie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that completely makes sense. And
yeah.
I think when we're backstage, and obviously this is behind the scenes and nobody really sees it, like it is like pure chaos.
Yes.
In a good sense.
Well, it's usually, and funny enough, me, Break and Ace were saying this at the last show, it's normally nice and quiet until Estella, Scar and Barb turn up.
Funny enough, I went to Barbara today and she said the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's always so calm backstage until they turn up. But again, we were saying that we kind of prefer that because you get your little moment to unwind as such while you're just getting ready, and then when they turn up it's like, right, showtime, let's go, we're here now, we're ready to go.
But you do get your silly moments as well, don't you? Like, what's been the best silly moment?
Oh god, there have been so many. It usually involves Lois, if anything. There was one moment where I think of where it was backstage at the roast that we did, and Lois turned up like 30 minutes before showtime. She's like smacked on a bit of lippy, foundation, sunglasses and a wig, but for some reason she was still wearing tits under her outfit, but they still needed to be powdered. So I swear I've got footage on my phone where it's like Amber, she's got talcum powder and she's like she's powdering up Lois's tits like she's working at KFC, but then it's like too much comes out, so she's literally vacuuming off talcum powder
off her tits.
Off of Lois. It's just stuff like that where you just
hilarious.
You just sort of end up looking around and you're just like, what the fuck is my life? Almost.
But I know you wouldn't have it any other way.
No. I would not change any of that stuff. That will stay with me to the grave.
Absolutely.
Like, not to get too macabre, but yeah, those sorts of moments are just ones that will stick with me for life. Yeah.
And with that, we're just about to go for a little break. So have a little bevy and we'll catch you very soon. See you soon, my lovelies. Did you want to have a drink quickly?
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by Dina Lawman Photography. Now, if you have been to any of our visual HotHaus channels, whether it be our website or our social media, or even the social media of some of our drag performers, then no doubt you have seen Dina's work. Now, it's not just drag performers that she photographs, okay? She photographs everything from children to families and pets to even boudoir shoots, and of course drag performers. She has her own fully equipped studio in Rayleigh with 15 years of experience and competitive pricing. But if that's not enough for you, our listeners right now can get a 10% discount if you mention HotHaus to her when making a booking. That's Dina Lawman Photography
DeanaLawman Photography. And you can find her on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or online. Or you can also email her right now at DeanaLawmanPhotography@gmail.com. Thank you for sponsoring our podcast, and be sure to go and get your photos with her right now. Are you looking to get even more HotHaus goodness into your life? Then follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with our latest news and events. Or you can visit our website at hothausdrag.co.uk to find out more and buy your tickets for our next fantastic show. See you there, my lovelies.
This is why we didn't put lashes on you.
And welcome back to the podcast. I hope you feel well hydrated. How are you feeling now, Kenzie, now that we've broken the ice a little bit?
I feel okay.
You feel okay? Oh, God. I bet it feels weird for you being on the other end of the sofa, though.
Yeah, I mean, normally I don't even sit here. That's usually my side of the sofa anyway, like, I know, just in general.
I know you always tried to claim it.
Yeah.
So, we've now come to the second part of the show, and it's now time for audience questions.
Oh my God, I did not see that coming.
No, not at all. I love that so much. Windy McWind face over here. Oh no. This is the unfiltered version that we get at home. And as you can tell, I'm blinded about. That's why I've got my glasses on.
Yeah, before anyone reads me for doing Halsey's makeup and not putting lashes on, this is why.
Yeah, honestly, I just look. Otherwise, it would just be blind and I'll just be like that.
Yeah.
So, I've got your questions right here. Thank you for everybody who sent in their questions. And can I just say, this is a record breaker. We have got 21 questions in total.
Right, let's try and
speed and
power through these. Right.
So, our first question comes from Carmel.
Oh, God.
And she asks, colour green, Gaga and pasta. Which one would you choose to lose forever?
The colour green, because I could easily filter into something else.
Okay, to be fair, I thought that question, I think it was going to take longer to answer. Because
No, Gaga, I could never live without. Pasta, basically, that's all I eat, really. I mean, otherwise, I would starve. Green, it's obviously my signature colour, but it's not that important to me. Like, if green didn't exist, I could easily go into, like, because I'm a synthwave fan, I could go into, like, pink and blue and black. So
fair enough. Okay.
Or just all black.
Yeah. And you've always said that. Yeah. And our second question also comes from Carmel.
Okay.
Who's your dream artist to perform at HotHaus?
In terms of who we could actually potentially get, I would say Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Oh,
she would
be good.
I know we did like an April Fool's last year, I think it was, where we announced her that she was performing with us. But
the Studio 88 show.
Yes. But no, I would genuinely love to book her. So Sophie, if you are out there listening, please hit us up. But even just sort of like more independent artists that I like Lynx.
Yeah.
Someone like that I would also love to book and work with.
Yeah, that would be brilliant, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's quite diverse as well, which
Yeah.
I think we love.
If money didn't exist, then it would be Gaga, Madonna and Cher.
Oh, God, yes.
But
Imagine.
But unfortunately, I don't have £2 billion, so...
No. Although Gaga does anything for the gay community, so you never know.
Well, maybe it's a bit like that scene in Sex and the City 2, where it's where Liza does that gay wedding and... one of them just turns around and goes, it's just the laws of science. One says this much gay energy in one room, Liza manifests. So hopefully that might happen one day.
You never know. Next question comes from Brad.
Okay.
And he asks, what's your go-to takeaway order?
Depends where from, really. I mean, one that I do usually end up craving because I don't get to have it often is Taco Bell.
Oh, God, yes.
I do love a Taco Bell, and it's usually the volcano burrito
yes.
and chicken quesadilla. because apparently I'm a teenage gamer boy. I do like a pizza,
Yes.
but I like a really, and this is where the Basel in me is going to come out. I like a really cheap, salty pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do all the fancy shit. I don't do rocket leaves, and I don't understand. Why do you do that certain places?
I don't understand.
Pizza Express, I'm looking at you. But just give me like a really cheap, salty pizza, and I'm happy. A McDonald's,
Yes.
McDonald's burger, a KFC. I love a Subway.
Yes. I think for me, my favourite's Wingstop. I can't stop with Wingstop.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
A chicken with a dip I like as well.
Oh, what dip? What's your favourite dip?
I like a ranch or like a blue cheese.
Yes, I love a ranch.
Yeah.
Although it's not good for me, but I do love a ranch.
No, you're lethal after something like that.
Yes. Speaking of, Brad also asks,
Yeah.
how on earth do you deal with Jake's farts?
T-shirt over the nose.
Oh, okay. Was that it, usually?
Well, otherwise, to be fair, you usually deal with your own farts upstairs of a night time with the air freshener. And I can always, it's like a cheap air freshener from B&M, which I'm desperate to get rid of because it still smells horrible. But I can always tell when you farted because I'll come upstairs. You're usually the first one
My
up.
fart just smells amazing.
No, I'll come upstairs because you're usually the one that goes up first. And the room reeks.
I'm so sorry.
It's like potent.
But I do have lactose enzyme tablets, but they don't really help.
And to be fair, you're not always that bad.
Yeah.
Like you fit in quite well with us as a family in that a lot of our farts are just noise, not smell.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm calling you out, Mum. Yeah, a lot of our...
She's looking so angelic over there. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, our farts are just noise, not smell. So it's the same with you a lot of the time.
Okay.
But yeah, you can tell once you've had maybe a bit too much lactose.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you do become you could be like a chemical warfare weapon.
Yeah. I'm basically Kenzie Blackheart, but the bomb's just gone off.
Yes, you are the nuclear bomb.
I am the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Our next two questions are very similar, so I'm going to put them together.
Okay.
So this one from Shannon says, where did the inspiration for Kenzie come from? Alongside Gundia, which says, where did your drag name spawn from?
Well, I kind of touched on that earlier. It was Kenzie is it developed from a shortened form of my original drag name, Kensington. Blackheart comes from both my love of Joan Jett, who her band name was the Blackhearts, and also the Blackheart emoji on Apple.
Yeah, it's so beautiful though, isn't it?
Yeah,
that emoji.
That and just because I like a bit of gothic and macabre and all that stuff. So that's where Kenzie Blackheart comes from. And what was the one from Shannon, sorry?
Where did the inspiration for Kenzie come from?
Really, it's just sort of developed and evolved. I mean, the black hair thing developed from Gaga when it was art pop, the art pop era, and it was the iTunes Festival, for anyone that knows, and she wore a black wig, and I tried a black wig to emulate that look, and it was that moment I was like, oh, actually I look quite good in black hair. So yeah, that's literally where it came from.
That's probably where your stem of black roots come from as well.
Yeah, it's just sort of keeping a brand and an image as such. Yeah, everything else is just sort of, it's been a long trial and discovery process to get where I am today, really.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Our next one also comes from Gundia. If you was a musical instrument, what would you be and why?
Oh, if I was a musical instrument, I would want to be either a theremin.
Okay.
Or I would want to be a really old school, like 80s analog synthesizer.
Oh, I mean, I know synthwave is a big thing for you, but I wouldn't have expected that.
I love synth music and all those sorts of sounds. But obviously synthesizers today are a bit different. It's like boop, 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 done. But back then they was like having to fucking plug in all this all these different instruments and shit into this one keyboard to get a sound. I kind of like that.
Oh, nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia. Yeah,
I feel like we miss that sometimes. I think the best is nostalgia, and I think everything gets too simplified.
no. To be fair though, so it's at time of recording, it's just been announced, but our Eurovision act for this year, he does that.
Yeah.
Look, mum, no computer. He's all completely analog.
Have you seen the memes that have come out of that?
Not yet.
He's like, look, mum, no computer. And everyone's like, look, mum, no points.
Yeah, seen that.
Oh, I can't, honestly. Oh, dear.
Nil point for us.
Nil point. It's always nil point. Our next question comes from Louis Vondini.
Oh, okay.
And they ask, what is your favourite act to do?
Oh. I mean, obviously, I have my go-tos where if it's like a new crowd or something, I can just bust them out easily and I know that they'll go down well. So, Oh My Gosh by Basement Jaxx, Don't Impress Me Much by Shania Twain, which you're currently giving. This is the original coat, by the way. This is the full look.
So I've got to be really careful.
Yeah, this is an archival piece. That makes me sound important, but it's really not. If I had to, outside of those ones, if I had to say maybe one that I've done once.
It's quite hard when you've done quite a lot of iconic.
Yeah, because I don't know about iconic, but I just do so many because I like to change things up. I mean, the reaction after my Mayhem medley.
Oh, God.
Disease and Abracadabra, that was incredible.
I think even the artists saw it, didn't they? And the person who actually made
the one that actually did the mix of those songs saw it.
Because I think for me, like the most iconic ones, like Oh My Gosh, gets a big reaction.
Yeah.
But I think you always step out your comfort zone, but I think it's when people don't expect things from you, not in a bad way, in a good way. Like they go, like, oh wow, they go mental. Like at the last show, I mean, if you wasn't there, where were you? The Palantine show, when you did like the Jade FUFN and It Girl, and like you did the crackhead edition of what's it called again?
Oh, Loving You, Minnie Riperton. Yeah.
Like nobody would expect that. I mean, obviously you've done something like that before, but I think those numbers, they were iconic, and I think that's what makes you rememberable almost.
Really, at the end of the day, as with so many of my acts, it's if the music speaks to me as a performer, I'll do it. I don't care if it's not my image or whatever. Like, I'll just do it because it speaks to me as a performer, and those are the best moments.
It's a good time as well.
Yeah,
it's a camp-old time.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like Oh My Gosh. I mean, it's one of those songs where you've heard it most likely a load of times, but it's not one that I think people would instantly sort of think to play or sort of stuff like that. So when they hear me do it, it's like, oh yeah, I remember this song. Yeah, I like this one. Yeah. It's one of those sorts of moments. I like to do those sorts of songs
as well. Everyone goes, Basement Jaxx, I remember them.
Yeah.
Like I get that. I hear that quite a bit in the crowd sometimes if they're newbies per se.
Yeah, or like Red Alert or there's quite a few Basement Jaxx songs I've done at this point, but
if there was a song, this is me asking, like, if there was a song that obviously are songs that you've done and you've not done for quite a while, what's a song or performance you would bring back?
I mean, one that I really do want to sort of make, I don't know, like a Kenzie signature would be Disease by Lady Gaga.
Okay.
Again, it sort of ties in with the whole nuclear aesthetic and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I'll just do anything at the end of the day. I'll just do anything.
Yeah. Our next one comes from Anonymous, and they ask, describe your progress in your drag career in 3 words. It's quite hard to summarise in 3 words.
Yeah, 3 words. I would summarise it as Pokémon. Because I like one. I've evolved and changed my image and stuff like that. Discovery. Traumatic.
Because we live through the trauma, am I right, guys? We love trauma.
This is trauma.
This is trauma. Our next question comes from Dylan.
Okay.
And they ask, what do you wish audiences understood better about drag that they usually miss?
That just because we are in my case, a man with a wig on their head and their bollocks tucked between their legs, that I'm not to be taken less seriously as a performer or an artist. That this can still be a heightened art form. Especially within the UK scene, I think, because a lot of UK drag, I think, gets like a bit of a rep, unlike the American one, where it's a bit more... So we're viewed a bit more as like end of the pier, or bar cabaret. Whereas, which I think works for HotHaus, is that it is a show. Yeah. Yes, it's in a bar, a nightclub venue as such, but it is a show.
Yeah, and it's not the stereotypical drag race girls where they do brunch and like it's just pure entertainment. And I think we need to come away from that drag race aesthetic. Yeah, almost, and just I think it's been mentioned a couple of times on the pod, like bring back the good old bastard drag, and like having just a camp old time.
Yeah, but not even in a bad sense, but even sort of, and we've had it said to us by other seasoned performers and even audience members that it is almost an exchange in that as a performer, you're actually being watched and listened to. You're not going to a bar and interrupting someone's drinking time with your performance. And it's the other way around as well as an audience member, in that you can feel like you can come to our shows and not feel like you're about to be picked on by the cross-dresser. Like you're actually respected. You're there to have a good time in a safe environment. You're not going to go there and just be picked on or bullied, or that's not what we do. No,
not absolutely. No, I think that speaks for everybody that comes to HotHaus and leaves a lot of astounding reviews and everything. Not to blow smoke up your ass again.
My ass is full of smoke.
Yeah, well, it's not usually full of smoke, it's full of cum.
No, it's usually full of shit. I be pooping.
Our next one comes from your lovely drag son, Ace.
Oh, hello.
Hello. And they say, rate these greens from best to worst.
Oh, okay.
Chartreuse. I think I've said that correctly. I'll do it.
Chartreuse, yeah.
Thank you. Sage, khaki, and Talo. Talo, sorry.
Oh. So last I would put, and I don't in any way hate it, but I just prefer the others more. Khaki. I do like khaki in certain contexts. Obviously being a 21 Pilots fan as well as Gaga. For those that don't know, I'm also a huge 21 Pilots fan, and khaki was very much part of the image during the whole sort of Breach era. No, not Breach. Trench. Sorry, Trench. Please don't.
Shoot you're going to get cancelled in the comments.
Yeah, Skeleton Click, please don't shoot me. So during like the Trench era, khaki was very much involved in that. But also, having worked in the fashion industry, especially on menswear, khaki is just one of those colours where it's sort of thrown in. Yeah. It's usually khaki, navy, black, and like a cobalt blue. Enough. Just enough. Give men other colours, please, for the love of God.
And I've always said that.
Literally. Third, I would give to... This is going to sound controversial. I'm going to give third place to Chartreuse. Only because it's more yellow. Okay. I like a neon green, but like an acid green, whereas Chartreuse is a bit too yellow for me.
Yeah. So we need to get like a colour chart here of like what those colours mean.
Oh, I've got a Pantone chart upstairs. It's fine. Okay. I don't. Those things are fucking expensive. And then between Talo and Sage, I would put... I'm going to say Talo second, only because... And put Sage first, only because I'm in a very sage green space at the moment, because that's what our bedroom's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be mustard and sage green, so...
Yeah. It's going to be just really exciting time.
Yes.
Really exciting time. Very life-changing time.
Yes. Well, more so for you.
More so, I mean, how are you feeling about it?
Dreading it. The loop earplugs are on standby.
Yeah.
No, it is lovely. Like,
Yeah.
going away from all the questions and that from it. No, it is going to be lovely having you here, because as much as I probably don't show it, and yes, you are, as I'm sure anyone who has spent time around us will know, Jake is annoying. He does not shut the fuck up. He does take up space. He stands in doorways. He doesn't pick up after himself. He leaves stuff everywhere. If he shuts the windows, he doesn't sort out the curtains afterwards.
That was one time.
He gets out the shower and there's usually wet footprints all over the bathroom.
Okay, am I just being read the film?
Yeah. In spite of all of that,
I'm sorry.
it is usually a sad moment when I have to drop you off
Yeah.
home. So to have you here all the time, yeah. As annoying as you are, I kind of want your annoyance all the time.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
Oh. And that's the one time that they're going to be nice to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the question.
Yes.
And this person actually said it not even 6 hours ago. So I thought, I'm about to put it in.
Okay.
It's from Barbara. And
Okay.
they ask, the craziest way that you've met a queen in HotHaus?
I don't think there's been really anything that crazy, really. I mean, maybe Barb and Estella, who I met at Joey's 30th birthday party.
Okay.
When I was dressed as Kurt Cobain. It was 90s themed, for context. Yeah, I met them at Joey's party, and then it was just sort of got introduced because it was like, my other cross-dresser friends, this is my other cross-dresser friends, please mingle. So then through there, we sort of started working together. But otherwise, yeah, I don't really think that I met anyone through particularly weird avenues. It's all just sort of been social media and giving them an opportunity, or hot shots, or I don't think there's really been anyone that I've actually met in a weird way.
Okay.
Although it could be argued that I met Lois when she was like coming out of a bush somewhere, but we'll just make that law for HotHaus. It's not true, but we'll just make that law.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like it suits her. So
yeah, it does. It really does. Next question is from Anonymous.
okay.
And they ask, what is your favourite part of performing to an audience?
Not to sound too much like Gaga, but the applause.
And please welcome back to this. Sorry.
Yeah, knew you were going to do that. No, but it is genuinely the reaction from an audience. It's when, you know, they engage with the music and what you're doing as a performer, and there is a certain electricity.
Yeah.
There is a certain electricity, and once you get that electricity, it really is... It is tough to describe if you've not been through it.
And I think, well, behind the scenes for everybody, I think when we see it in the group chat and, you know, when we're on the drive home, for example, we just go, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like that, I think the most standout point for me was, I think it was, what show was it? It was when I did your video. It was like a third birthday video.
Oh, that was at the end of... Mum's just looking over now. That was the end of Best of British.
That was it.
Because I was dressed as Cheryl Cole.
Yes, and much appeals to you, your dad.
Yeah, Cheryl Cole is my dad's celebrity crush. So for me to dress as her was...
Yeah, but even then we came away from there, we were like, what just happened? And I think we was like buzzing from days after.
Yeah.
As well. And I think I love those kind of moments.
Yeah.
What's been your best moment, like, to come away from and go, what's just happened?
To be fair, I'd maybe say only because I just remembered it, but that show, obviously I did 3 acts that evening. 2 of them were group numbers. The opening number, which it was Spice Girls. It was me, Barbara, Stella, Scar, Cosmo. We all did the Spice Girls. That again was electric.
That was iconic.
Later in the night, I did Sophie Ellis-Bextor, Queen, who that got an amazing reaction, especially once I started doing Murder on the Dance Floor.
Yeah. I think a certain TV program also came out at the time and used that song as well.
Movie. I know obviously we finished it with Girls Aloud, but I don't think that one got as much of a good reaction, but it was still electric.
Yeah.
And to be fair, as a huge Girls Aloud fan, I was not going to not do that one anyway. So
absolutely. This next question also comes from an anonymous.
Yes.
What would you love HotHaus to look like in the future?
I would love for it to look like a giant pillar of shining neon that reaches up to the sky, and you can enter through the venue door, and you enter through a cave of mirrors before you get to the main stage and a bar. The bar is completely neon, and behind the bar we've got Apollo from Gladiators, Lando Norris, Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Paul Mescal, sorry, and Charlie Puth on the piano, serving you drinks until late. And the stage area is based on the Monster Ball tour stage. So we've got multiple levels and a full catwalk and video backdrops, and I'm going way off kilter now.
I was going to say, it's going way off topic now.
To be honest, there's stuff that I would love to do with HotHaus. I mean, one day I maybe would love for us to do like some sort of tour around the UK if it ever got to that point. I'd love for us to do the O2 as like an opening act for someone, like one of the gay icons or that. Just go out there and just warm up the crowd with some drag.
Queen did with Madonna.
Yeah, or Years and Years when we saw them, 2019 or something like that. As part of their warm-up act, they had the London ballroom scene come out and just do a bit of Vogue culture, ballroom culture. So something like that I could see us doing as well for someone.
Yeah. We never know. It might all end up being in the pipeline in the future.
Manifesting it.
Manifest.
Yes.
The next question, I don't know if you know this person. Nona?
Oh, excuse me. Carry on.
Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you know this person. Nona?
My bestie. Yes.
Yeah. And they ask, who is your dream client to design for other than Lady Gaga?
Well, for a start, Nona, please still remember I need to make you that cat suit. So hit me up, bitch.
Oh.
Love you, girl. I was going to say Sophie Ellis-Bextor, but I've already mentioned her quite a bit on this episode. So the one I'm going to say, and I did try my darndest to actually make happen, was Tattoo.
Really?
Yeah. So Tattoo, for those who maybe don't remember or whatever, they were the 2 lesbian Russian schoolgirls who did like All the Things She Said, Not Gonna Get Us, All About Us. They were like my first musical love, which hence this today. But yeah, I think it was last year and I just started Atelier Blackheart, etc. And they had just come off of like a long hiatus, whatever you want to call it. They'd reformed and were performing together again. And I did get in contact with like their management, etc. and said, I'm a new designer from the UK. I'm a huge tattoo fan, lifelong. It would be my dream to make something for them. Never heard anything back, but I tried.
Again, you manifested.
God loves a trier.
Yeah, exactly. And this question also comes from Nona. She did 2, bless her.
Oh, bless her.
When did you realise you was iconic?
I mean, well, I suppose there's like 2 answers to this, because there's like 2 sides of me. There's like the introvert and extrovert. The introvert side of me is like, I don't view myself as iconic at all. I do still go through moments of self-doubt and being my own worst critic, and I can look at myself at the best of times and go, you ain't shit. Stuff like that, which I know is not obviously the best way to be, but unfortunately...
But I feel like that's what makes you more humble.
Yeah, that's what keeps me level grounded. And, you know, obviously, I try not to do it, but there's obviously like a lot of comparison with other people, you know, if you're on social media, I'm posting stuff and I'm getting barely any likes, whereas my peers, they're posting stuff and they're all raving about each other, and it's just stuff like that where I just sort of go, I ain't shit. But then also the other side to that question would be something like, I can't remember what show it was now. I think it was one of the Halloween ones. And one of our super fans, she came along, excuse me, with her family from Ireland, and all of them wore green in honour of me.
Wow.
So something like that, yeah, that also kind of
It kind of hits you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
really?
just sort of moments in general where people see something green and go, Kenzie.
Wow.
Just stuff like that,
This
really.
is crazy. Also, Nona, please come to a show. We'd love to see you.
Bitch, I miss you. Just because you're also iconic with your flaming pink hair, Miss Thing.
Ooh. Drama.
I remember when that tour happens, I'm opening for you. Thank you.
I can hear her going, yes, girl.
Yes, honey.
Yes, honey. We have got a Rugo in the building because we have got a question from Nyon Bella.
Nyon, yes.
Nyon. In all the years you've judged... I'm going to start that again. In all the years you have judged competitions, have you seen a performance where you've just wanted to scream stop because it was that hard to watch?
Nyon, you know exactly... because you was there.
Dish the dirt.
You was there.
Dish the dirt, honey.
No. Look, I'm going to speak openly about this now because it's my episode. I'm just going to lay it to bed almost. It was that year that Nyon performed with us for the first time. There was one particular performer who I credit to her. I think she did come on somewhat later than everyone else.
Yeah.
You know, we had a space to fill and she got that space. But it was, I would say that it was not a good time for her to be doing it.
No.
She was obviously going still through some hardships. So, again, I feel for her in that way. But yeah, it's just the way that she was throughout the night, obviously cannot be excused. And from what I garner today, she realises that now. Again, kudos to her for that. But yeah, it was, and her performance on the night just was abysmal. I'm going to say it was abysmal. It was one of the worst things I've personally ever seen from anyone. Yeah, it's not to say that she should never perform again.
No, because we all have a chance to elevate ourselves.
There's other things that she could easily have done.
Yeah.
That was not what she should have done.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just stuff like the way that she even behaved after the fact. Even further down the pipeline, it was obvious that she still had a chip on her shoulder from it all. That nothing was her fault. It was all our fault, which I can tell you it wasn't.
Accountability.
I do not speak ill of anyone unless you seriously piss us off. And I do not go around willy-nilly to everyone going, do not book them because they are awful.
No.
I only say that when asked. And even then, by that time, word would have already gone around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of your own actions.
Never anyone to speak ill of anybody.
No. I'm very much a cross between both my parents. My mum's a Scorpio, so she is fiery, feisty, straight for the jugular. Whereas my dad is also a Pisces, as me. Much more, right, think first, talk after. Bit more, not political, but a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not on the fence, but...
See both sides?
Yeah, a little bit more... there was a word that Barbara used once to describe me, but I can't remember. But yeah, just very much more see both sides. So, yes, I would never openly attack someone. I hope people would know that. But that's all I can really say.
Can I just say that was very well put?
Thank you.
And are we allowed to...
I don't think we need to. I didn't mention them by name.
No.
Those that know. If they don't, they can go back on YouTube.
And
the video is there with everyone's performances. They can see for themselves who it was. And like I said, I don't necessarily need to say much because, again, your reputation precedes you.
And with that, we shall lay it to rest.
Yes.
Our next question comes from Ivy Eilish.
Okay.
And I have asked this question around. I have seen it on social media.
Okay.
They've asked best advice for a baby queen in Essex.
Lol.
Doorbell. Sorry, back to my question. So, best advice for a baby queen in Essex.
The best advice I can give you is just because you've seen Drag Race, it is not the be-all and end-all of drag. Just because you feel like the shit in drag, you're still not. Be respectful of people. Listen to those who have got more experience than you. Don't be afraid to look like a fool. Don't be afraid to get dirty, messy, look an absolute dog's ass, because those are the moments when you learn.
I think the best person to showcase that, and I think you're going to know what I am going to say, Bailey J. Mills. Like, her drag is just so sporadic and hilarious.
She does it intentionally. I'm saying about when you're learning out, you want everything, of course, which we all do. We want everything to be perfect, to always feel the fantasy, etc. Don't be scared, though, to sometimes look a mess.
Yeah.
Because those are the moments, and we're not even talking look a mess, I'm talking about in your performance. Do something which is comedic or, out of the box, or just have fun with it, because those are the moments when you actually learn stuff and you actually go, oh, actually, I didn't realise I could do that.
And you can step out your comfort zone. I mean, the first performance I think to mind when you describe stuff like that is Scarlett. Yeah.
I think she is a prime example of what I'm saying with that. And she's even said it herself, like on her episode. And the final bit of advice I would give to baby queens is... don't be afraid to get out there.
Yeah.
I completely understand, maybe there's... it is a politically tumultuous time. And, you might be scared to venture from the bedroom to a club or whatever. But obviously do it in ways that are safe.
Yes.
Travel with friends. If you're able to go to the venue in a car, if you're not drinking, etc., do that. However you need to make it work for yourself, do so. There is no unorthodox way of doing this stuff. But yeah, just get your face out there, because those are the moments when people will actually realise you.
Yeah.
Social media does not count for anything. Actually showing up does. And there are so many times, especially when it comes to like hot shots, etc., when people apply with us and we go, we don't think they're necessarily ready, but they come to our shows, they're present, we're going to give them a chance.
Yeah. And I think that perfectly describes hot shots really as well. Yeah. Speaking of hot shots, Anonymous asks, when are we getting a Hot Shots All-Stars? And if so, what would it be called?
I think we're a little way off yet from doing an All-Stars. As much as I would love to. But to be fair as well, I do need much more money in the bank for the prize fund. Money which I do not have.
Yes.
Because you want to make it obviously worth people's time and effort, etc. As for the title, I don't know. Hot shots, hot shits. I don't know.
If you've got any suggestions, like put them in the comments box.
Mention them down below.
Yeah, mention below. The next two questions come from Dina.
Okay, yes.
And this one's quite funny.
This episode is brought to you by Nina Lawman Photography.
It actually is.
It actually is, yeah.
It actually is. And she asked, how come I've lived opposite you pretty much since you were born and only known you for the past couple of years? I'm very glad I do now.
Because I never leave the house, really. Well, I used to go to work, but...
This is work.
Yeah, this is my work now, really.
This is your work.
Yeah, it was literally just a chance... I don't know, encounter or...
Just on the off chance, wasn't it?
On the off chance that, yeah, we even sort of got in contact in the first place. We had a parcel taken in for her, needed some way of... She hadn't been over for ages to collect it, so it got to a point where Mum was like, right, let's try and find out, contact information or whatever for her to say, we've got a parcel of yours. Yeah, and it was just that moment where Mum looked her up and it was like, oh, she's a photographer. And obviously then it snowballs into she's a photographer. Would she shoot drag queens? Yes.
Yeah. And then obviously now...
And that's the Powerpuff Girls were born.
Yes. And now she's featured in our advertisement. And don't forget about that discount code as well.
Yes. Mention HotHaus to her.
Yes. The next question from Dina says, what is the most bizarre item of drag costume you own or would like to own?
I mean, I suppose probably first and foremost the turkey costume.
Yes, that is iconic.
Which again, is just one of those moments where don't be afraid to act the fool because those sorts of numbers are the ones where audience laugh, have a good time. It's always a fun moment. I don't think I've really got anything apart from that that's too unorthodox in terms of costume. I mean, there's some stuff that I'm working on at the moment which could be deemed as questionable, but in my head, I see the vision. It will work. It's going to be fun. It'll work. Make it work. I thought he was going to... Yeah, there we go. Tim Gunn, for those that don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's some weird props that I've got upstairs. I've, in the past, I've worked with exploding confetti vibrators, and I once went on stage with very realistic looking fake food of it was I think I took on a hot dog, a chocolate donut, and a ham sandwich.
Nice. All,
of course, erotic imagery. An inflatable unicorn.
You've had
bread thrown at me. I've all sorts, but that's drag.
It's drag, and drag is all fun.
Yeah, if you're not having fun and being a clown with it at the end of the day, what are you doing it for?
I mean, can I get an amen for that?
One person, thank you.
One person from the peanut gallery.
Nice to know that the fucking host and the owner of the company gets all the love and respect that the other guests do, but
We're just getting a stare now.
Yeah.
And the last question comes from Donna Marie.
Oh my God, yes, one of my drag aunts, yes.
And she asks, what would you say to your 6-year-old self? And in brackets, she's put, love you lots.
I love you too, Donna, very much. Miss you like crazy. Cannot wait to see you again. And also come out to one of your For those that don't know, Donna is an incredible Gaga tribute, which is how we met in the first place. This was before I was really sort of doing drag. I was just dabbling, but I was a huge fan of her work and her impression of Gaga, and she still is
phenomenal.
Head and shoulders above some of these other girls. So lots of love to you, Donna. I love you loads. What would I say to my 6-year-old self? Again, really, I suppose there's two answers. There's the comedic one, which is like, listen, kid, you're a and that's fine. Be a dress like a be a just own it, because you're not going to change. And yeah, just...
That's going to be a lot of bleeping for you to do.
No, I don't care. I've had to do worse.
True.
Yeah, I suppose really the serious one would be to say that I know that you are petrified of everything, that you're even maybe scared of your own shadow. I know that there's so many things where you're experiencing in life where you've, even the most minute things you've been scared of. That's not going to be forever. There will be times in your life where those moments would have made you so much stronger that you will go from being the terrified kid who's scared to go on the mildest of rides at Disneyland to being an adult who does shit like skydive, go to the edge of the glass and look down, have no real fear, and ultimately will get up on stage in front of sometimes hundreds, thousands of people and show them who you are. That will happen. And also you're a so...
That was lovely. That was really lovely. This isn't a question, but this person wanted to put this through to you.
Okay.
It's the last one.
All requests can be handled at hothausdrag.co.uk. So I'm just kidding.
They simply just said, just a statement, thank you for creating a safe, inclusive event to be my authentic self. And I think that kind of summarises all the questions that we've had and our conversations today. So...
and whoever you are, because obviously I don't know at this point, but honestly, it is my absolute pleasure. Like I said, those moments where I know that I've given someone a safe space to be themselves, to escape the world for a couple of hours, those are the reasons why I do this. It's, yeah, obviously the fame and, you know, notoriety or whatever, and just the fun with my friends and on stage, off stage, all of that is so incredible and so lovely. But to know that I've actually made a very deep, profound impact on someone's life in that way, I mean, I still just view myself as a twat in a wig from Basildon, but to know that I have made a profound impact on someone's life in that way, it is one of those moments where I can sit back and I can go, holy shit. Like, yeah, I sometimes don't realise the brevity of what I do. But yeah, once I actually do sort of sit back, realise sometimes and realise those moments of I'm someone's escapism, yeah, it really does. It means the absolute world to me, and those are that's the reason why, as many times as there have been where I've just wanted to quit this and just live a simple, easy life. Hey, I know that's not me.
No.
I know that I'm not an orthodox person where it's the white picket fence, the nuclear family, the 9 to 5. I know I'm not that person now. But yeah, it's also those are the moments and the reasons that give me strength. So thank you. And it is truly my pleasure.
That was just beautiful.
Thank you.
And that is the end of audience questions, but it just felt like a lifetime.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for asking. It's
His goddamn doorbell.
Blooper reel. No, genuinely, thank you so much, everyone, for asking. It's to know that I got the most questions. It sort of baffles me, and like I said, I don't always see myself as an icon or as someone who is, I don't know, I don't want to say worthy of people's time, but just worthy of attention. I don't always see myself as that. So yeah, thank you to everyone who did ask.
I mean, how do you feel after all of that?
A little bit emotional, not going to lie. A little bit.
You emotional?
Normally, I'm devoid of all emotion, so this is me emotional. So,
oh, bless you. It's probably Donna that set you off. Probably
Donna, Nona, who I just adore.
Yeah,
all of them. Just anyone in my life who is by my side, because again, I'll save it for the happy ending. I'll save it for the happy ending. Yeah.
But thank you to everybody that submitted all your questions. It was so lovely to hear them all. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
We are now going to...
I don't know what comes next, but I'm ready.
Do you not?
No.
Oh, well.
I've never done this before.
Really? Well,
No.
It is the hot seat. Da, da, da.
My arse is very hot.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I
usually
see it very often.
I'm usually very sweaty. I'm usually very clammy, moist.
Oh, and this is where people go, oh, what that word. So, for those of you who don't know, and apparently...
Is it just Tracy Paper watching?
Maybe. No, the one you need to do is the farting, because she doesn't like the farting. Don't even think. Anyway, that could be the clip art.
To be fair, I don't want to do that because I'm not tucked today. I couldn't be bothered. So
No, we don't want people to see your clunge.
Or my cock.
Or your cock, yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, the hot seat is short, rapid fire questions, and I just want you to think on the top of your head the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay, I haven't at all had a chance to prepare for this.
Not at all. Not at all. Are you ready?
Yes.
What's your favourite word?
So the word I use most often is fuck, because it is the Swiss Army knife of words. Mm-hmm. It can be used in any context. Mm-hmm. But my actual favourite word to say is boob or booby.
Okay.
But it has to be with a harsh O, double O, boob.
Boob.
I love it.
That's going to be my stim now.
Boob. Booby.
Boob. What's your least favourite word?
Anything sort of juvenile sounding, like cheeky or kissy. Words like that I don't like. Otherwise, I'm not one of those people where words like moist and, pardon me, none of them offend me. Like, it's very difficult to offend me with anything like that. So
Same here, really.
Yeah.
I never get offended by anything, really. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
I know I said it earlier, but the synchronicity between music and fashion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really, I would say, what really gets me creatively. Emotionally, just those around me that I can feed off of. Sorry. Welcome. You cough like a man.
I am a man.
Don't look it now. You're welcome. Yeah, those around me who I can just sort of feed off of and be my authentic self with. Spiritually, I don't.
I thought you were prepared for all these questions.
I don't know. I am a very spiritual person. Or
I'm so sorry.
You're welcome. I'm quite a. I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual, and I believe all that woo woo shit. So just spiritually, the concept of hope. There we go.
Oh, I like that. In the same regard, what turns you off?
Probably people who, I mean, as in terms of drag, I would say people who view stuff as like a fast way out, or just, even in the music industry, I suppose it's kind of people who are just, they get everyone else to put themselves together, and you know, they don't really do much themselves, whereas I very much resonate with people who do all their own shit. So, for example, Gaga writes all her own music. Back in the day, she used to make her costumes, like the disco bra and that was her and a hot glue gun. Drag performers are very much the same. You know, I like people who make something of themselves from nothing. So people who just kind of graze on by, I just don't relate with at all.
Yeah, fair enough. What sound or noise do you love?
Farts. Farts are always funny. I don't care what anyone says. Life is too short to pretend that a fart isn't funny.
Damn right.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
New Kenzie merch.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, farts. I like a lot of sort of stim noises.
What's your most recent stim?
I quite like sort of like a bit of a gentle popping. Something like that.
I'm so sorry. There we go.
Thank you. In terms of, I suppose in terms of like the things that people always say, like the sound of the ocean on a beach or, you know, stuff like that. The thing that I actually find relaxing is a cityscape at night.
Yes.
Cities at night, and it's just the world going by, people living their lives.
We still need to do that.
That's what I find relaxing personally.
And we love that. We still need to do that at some given point.
Yes.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Most bodily function noises.
Yeah, just basically what I've been doing for the past 10 minutes. Any time that I sit next to Kenzie, basically.
Yeah. Persistent coughing, heavy breathing. When people like eat and like they get that like they're eating, but then they talk and they get like wet noise in their mouth.
Oh no!
Stuff like that.
Thank you.
High pitched like whistling. Or when people sort of like they're not quite whistling, they're not quite singing, but they just sort of like they sing through their mouth and it sounds like a draft coming in through a window. Most noises, to be fair, I don't like.
Fair enough. Sorry. What profession other than your own, which the multiple entrepreneurship that you've got, would you like to attempt?
Either working with animals. I love animals. Mm-hmm. Ideally something working with capybaras or dogs. Or if I was maybe sort of like very slightly smarter, because I am, not to toot my own horn too much, I am of a high IQ. I've done the tests, etc. I think I'm of like 145, which is just under the level of actual like genius, but I'm like much higher than.
I don't know.
I'm gifted, basically. Not to blow me into basically. But yeah, I would love to be one of those people where on like TV shows where you get like the autistic detectives.
Yes.
So stuff like Patience, Ludwig, High Potential, I'm guessing at this point, where they just sort of like, I'd love to be one of those people that just goes to like a crime scene and goes, yeah, but none of you saw that, and I think that's got something to do with this. So
yeah, but you kind of do that sometimes anyway.
Yeah, I'm very much that kind of person anyway, but still.
Yeah.
To actually put it to good use and not for cross-dressing's sake.
What profession would you not like to do?
Anything with children. Do not like children. Keep them away from me. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm pleasant to them at prides and that because children are our future and all that. But no, I would hate to work with them full time. Anything that involves bodily fluids, especially other people's,
nice,
or rubbish or like waste. Yeah, anything like that. Or to be honest, at this point, just anything that involves working with customers.
Yeah,
I've done retail. It's fucking hell on earth, so I would never do that again.
I've never done it, but from the stories I hear, it's just something to never read.
That was the last time I was majorly suicidal. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next... I feel bad answering the next question now. If heaven exists...
I like to keep it light here.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Well, first of all, you made a wrong turn. It's that way for hell. But otherwise, just, don't know, good job down there. You did all right.
So basically, your dad's words.
Yeah.
You did all right.
Yeah. And also, not to get too soppy, but good job down on Earth. Here is everyone that is waiting for you.
That's lovely. And that was the hot seat. You've now officially been scorned on the other side.
I know.
So thank you for joining me on... I mean, I can't really say it's my sofa. It's your sofa.
You're just renting it today.
I'm renting your sofa. Your sofa.
Yeah.
And, well, technically, on this episode that's coming out, we're technically not on a sofa right now, are we? We're actually in a different country.
Yes, I'm currently somewhere in a food coma from pasta.
Yes,
in Rome.
If you don't know, if you've been living under a rock on this podcast, we're actually going to Italy for someone's special 30th birthday, hence this episode.
I'm 30.
You're 30.
Nearly.
Future was saying that you
At time of recording, I'm nearly 30.
You're nearly 30.
Help.
How do you... I was going to say, how do you feel about being 30?
Honestly, actually not too bad. I mean, there was a time in my life where I dreaded it. But now that I'm actually close to it, I'm like, do you know what? I actually look forward to turning 30.
Yeah.
And again, not to get too soppy or emotional, but for a long time, I didn't even think I would see 30.
Yeah.
Obviously that's my mental health and trauma talking, but I didn't think I would actually see 30. So to actually be this close to seeing it is quite an up you to younger me who didn't think I would make it. So
It's like you've done it, kid.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining on the sofa.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know how I've done. How would you
Not as good as me, but
obviously.
no one is.
Obviously. You only have one icon.
Exactly.
But before we depart off your sofa,
Yes.
we're now going to go to the last segment, which is happy endings.
Jake and I are now going to fuck.
Da, 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 da. No, I'm joking.
Not like this. Definitely not like this.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
This is not part of my...
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No.
So happy endings is something where we end with a positive light note, as per the HotHaus way.
Normally this is me saying it, so now there's someone else. I'm just saying it like...
It's weird, isn't it? It's really strange.
Do, 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 do.
I think for me, this episode, and just because I love them so much,
Yes.
Jade Furwell.
Okay. Valid.
Just because she's an icon.
Yeah.
And her music is just amazing.
Yeah.
And I do want to give a shout out to a certain somebody for cutting my hair today at EK Barber, which is owned by Barber the Barber.
Miss Eric.
And they did me a completely different hairstyle, Miss Eric. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for actually making Jake look good. I'm joking.
Rude.
I'm joking.
What would be your happy ending? Because you have many happy endings every episode.
Yeah, I know. But no, normally my happy endings for episodes are quite flippant because I've got like 500 to churn out at any one time. But no, because this is my episode, I'm going to be very sincere and say that my happy ending is... I'm not going to say it's my ending because it's not by any means, but where I am at the moment.
Okay.
So in terms of where my life is, like I said, yes, money is down the shitter, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. And yeah, it's just, this is the life I've always dreamed of. Wanting to perform for people and just be creative unapologetically and just do my own thing is something I've always wanted to do. It's always been the thing that I've just dreamed of doing. So to actually be doing it in my life now is incredible. For everyone who is by my side while I'm doing it. I genuinely, from the very bottom of my heart, thank you to, obviously the family that are around me, the friends that are around me, not just the drag performers, but obviously shout out to my girls Nona, Leanne, Donna. Because I don't think I've actually said it, but I've kind of spent my whole life as a bit of a loner, and just sort of being one of those people who kind of gets. This is a sincere moment, you twat.
Bring you down to earth, boy. Go.
Thank you.
Oh.
Is this a man? But no, I feel like
the moment's just gone.
Taking control of the situation again. No, I've always been one of those people where it's been easy for people to when you're done.
Sorry.
It's right, I'll wait.
I'm fine.
No, I've always been one of those people where it's just. Can you fuck off? I just can't get the staff these days.
No.
But yes, I've always been someone who it's been easy for people to sort of oust me from groups or friendships or stuff like that. So for anyone who is genuinely still by my side during all of this, I do not take it lightly. Mm-hmm. I know I kind of said it when the video was done at the Best of British show for 3 years, and I've always struggled with feelings of loneliness, but to have all these people around me, it's like I said, it's not something I take lightly. And to those who do say that I'm making some sort of difference or impact with what I'm doing, genuinely thank you, because that's what keeps me going. A lot of the time I do not see it. I think even after Poptasia, I was just like, that happened. Whereas you sort of were the first one to go, you just ran a whole fucking festival by yourself. And there's me just just did it.
It doesn't usually hit you until a couple of days later.
Not much does hit me.
Not at all, really.
No, not much does hit me. Like I said, I'm quite emotionally devoid, really. Autism, probably. But yeah, so all of that I'm going to say is my happy present for this episode, because it's not the ending. I'm only just getting started, and there's still so much more to come that I want to do, that's in the pipeline being worked on.
Stay tuned.
So yeah, just thank you to anyone and everyone who has supported me in some way. That's all I can say.
I think that was perfectly summarised without all the interruptions.
And also Lady Gaga.
Absolutely.
She's the reason for this.
She's mother. She's icon.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on your sofa. That sounded wrong.
Yeah, that sounds very wrong.
Thank you for sitting on the sofa and...
So I'm just making sure I didn't get any on the sofa.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for coming along. It's been a real pleasure talking to you, talking to yourself almost.
Yes, almost. It's been weird.
A bit creepy, yeah. Where can the people find you on your many socials?
So you can find me at my drag profiles, which is at Kenzie.Blackheart. My fashion design, which is atelier.blackheart. HotHaus Drag UK. God, what else do I do at this point? What don't I do at this point? Probably LinkedIn, to be fair.
YouTube, where you get your podcast from.
Yeah, I'm most places. Just find me somewhere.
eBay.
Yeah, Amazon,
usually. Yeah.
As much as I hate to fill the coffers of Jeff Bezos, it is just convenient. So
yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining us on this week's episode, and maybe just kindly say happy birthday for the week, and I hope you have a lovely time in Rome. Because of course I'm definitely not with you.
No, you're elsewhere.
No, I'm elsewhere. Well,
to be fair, you might actually be. You might be off somewhere pooping because you've had too much cheese. So
maybe I'm definitely be packing a lot of tablets.
Yeah.
But with that, we'll leave you there. Thank you so much for joining. On next week's episode, Jonathan Bailey will be talking about his new film, and Apollo will be coming in when Kenzie's on holiday to talk about why he's the greatest gladiator of all time. So I do apologise for you.
I'm not going on holiday now.
Tough you are. The flights have been booked, and Lois is on standby.
But I want to stay here and let Apollo fuck me.
No, you've got to go on holiday, and I've got to fuck you.
Can we bring Apollo?
No.
I want both.
Tough. Anyway, thank you so much, and we hope to see you soon on the next episode. Goodbye, my loves.
Bye.
Bye. Yay.
The HotCast is a HotHaus Drag UK production, hosted, produced and edited by Kenzie Blackheart. For more information, visit hothausdrag.co.uk or search for HotHaus Drag UK on your chosen social media site. Thank you for listening.
Are we doing the royal wave?
I don't know, I just feel like it.
The Queen of HotHaus, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's going to piss.
Well, that happened.
No.